is Zachary Lum.
Woohoo!
Zach is a musician and 1/3 of the award-winning group Keauhou.
I think it was 2021. We went into the studio and recorded because what else we was doing.
Sure.
And then we didn't release it till a few months ago.
You had
which was
time to
nice.
fine tune and stuff too.
Yeah, it was nice to just kind of like sit back a little bit.
Yeah.
I take some time to like not listen to it because during the whole mixing and all of that producing stuff, right? It's like, oh, I hear all the this and the that. But you know, months later you listen to it, it's like, yeah, that's not bad. That's not-
He's been working with a new nonprofit, Kahuli Leo Lea. I like this talk about Mele versus Hawaiian music. You know, because I grew up very close to Dennis Kamakahi, and he wrote Mele, you know, like he wrote songs, and these songs all had stories.
You know, it's cool because I love talking about this, and this is actually like part of what I'm writing for. I'm in a PhD program, so like where my dissertation is going to be a lot about like trying to define what Mele is and trying to define Hawaiian music, etc., etc. But I guess for me, like Mele has this Hawaiian language perspective. Hawaiian music is more like it's about the audible experience, but then Mele is about saying one word and meaning three. Being able to tell you something, and if you're privy to it, and if you know how to read it, then you know I'm talking about something else too. Now we can share stories at multiple levels when I just sing a song.
You know, you go to a hula show or you listen to somebody play Hawaiian music, right? As soon as you said the different meaning thing, you're listening to a song like Noho Pai Pai, which is, you know, about a rocking chair.
Yeah.
Except it's not really about a rocking
Yeah.
chair.
Right.
It's about something else.
Right.
And you go, huh.
My point is like, because Mele is the way it is, and because Olelo Hawaii works the way it works, when I say something, you might interpret it different, but it doesn't invalidate what you think it is. Just because this song make you think about your loved one or whatever, well, that's not why I wrote it. But that doesn't invalidate the fact that you feel that way because of the Mele.
Yeah.
Right? Let's smash the whole right and wrong thing and just figure out like, no, this is what the composer wanted. This is what its value is to you. Both of these have value.
You know, in our generation, Devin, I don't know if I can probably speak for you too.
Thanks.
You know,
You just got blooped.
we never had the opportunity to learn the language.
Yeah.
I learned my language from like singing kapena music.
Yeah.
Brothers Kaz and Kau Credo Boys. And then
Yeah.
we would play and sing, and we don't really know the meaning, you know?
Yeah.
Now, as I'm older, I want to know, you know?
So it's really cool, your story, because my story is pretty much the same thing. Like,
really?
I never grew up speaking Hawaiian language. Like, I grew up on the Japanese side of my family, half Japanese. So, like, all the Japanese grew up Japanese, basically. Went to Kamehameha, did not take Hawaiian language. I was in, like, Conchagli and band, and all my friends are learning Hawaiian. I was the one singing a lot of these Hawaiian music, the Hawaiian music, and I didn't really, like, know exactly what was going on.
Okay.
But I go to UH, and then I ended up getting like my degree in Hawaiian language for my bachelor's. But then if it wasn't for Mele, I wouldn't have had the desire to soak it up like a sponge. You know what I mean?
I have a weird, stupid question.
It's probably not stupid.
I don't know.
Every podcast I gotta ask one stupid question, right?
Kyle.
So let's say Kavika. I don't know how old that song is.
Well, the chant is actually.
From a chant.
Yeah.
Monarchical.
But during the chant part of it was da 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 part of the chant.
No,
Or was
no,
it
man.
was it taken by somebody
That
else?
was Peter Moon.
Yeah.
That,
Peter
that,
Moon.
and then
Peter
how
Moon.
How did that become accepted?
You know, it's cool because I've had conversation with my Kumo about this, but with Robert about this. And
wow.
I think at that point, you know, he was talking about their intention was not to create the Renaissance, even though they did. They were just having fun. But look at what that resulted in, right? It's like, wow, this is a rock lick with a Hawaiian song about Kalakaua.
Did they ever get slack? Did they ever get
I
slack?
think
Oh,
They
yeah,
did,
yeah.
right?
They
Yeah,
got
they did.
blasted for it.
So there's always like this cutting edge music that happens to move all of us forward, and it's not necessarily always accepted in its time. And then in hindsight, we look back and it's like, wow, these are classics.
Yeah.
I have to ask one last question.
Yeah, sure.
Because Kyle said he was going to ask stupid questions, so I get my turn.
Okay.
So you're,
There's gotta be more stupid now.
you're talking about the connective tissue of the Mele, right? So, haina.
Yeah.
Everybody knows in the Hawaiian song, when you sing haina, we almost at the end of the song. What is the deal with that?
It's a phrase but it signals that this is the last verse, and this is the underlying emphasis that I'm trying to say with this Mele.
Oh, that was a good question, Devin.
Oh, thank you.
That wasn't dumb.
So Dennis used to always tell me, you know, you should write about your time.
Yep.
You know, because your songs are going to represent your life. And I always had a hard time with that because I'm like, you know, my life is so mundane. Like I'm not going out to the forest or whatever. Like I just drive
You're
to
not paddling
work.
a canoe.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. Sure, and
No, I completely agree with what you're saying, Dennis Kamukai was saying. It's like we got to write about us because, yeah, there's plenty songs about what happened before us. And we hope that the people after us going to write about them too. Mele is the ledger of our history. But I was laughing because it's like, oh, it's mundane. It's like, oh, you ever heard Hene Hene Ko'aka?
That's true.
You ever heard Kaimana Hila? Bro, these are, yeah, or Iwai Kiki Anu Anuau. It's all about like,
Just
I don't
going
know.
down to it, yeah.
Okay, yeah, perhaps it's entertaining.
maybe you can
know?
help John write a Hawaiian song about playing Fortnite.
I wouldn't bash it. I think it's there, you know.
There you go. That's your life right there.
Yeah.